been forgotten by everyone involved, everyone but me. I held on to that moment, and in that moment all I wanted to do was throw the shoes out the window and cry out, all I want is to be like you. But I didn't. I sat there and I took it. And while I didn't defend myself, I also didn't run. Nor did I let those tears fall. Because they were watching. And they saw the red eyes, and they kept looking back as the teacher scribbled words on the blackboard. Whispering back and forth to each other, they covered their mouths and giggled, and I repeated over and over in my head, do not fall. Please, dear God, do not let these tears fall from my eyes. And they didn't. And I never forgot that moment, because somewhere in there I felt the importance. It's like the first time you hear that one song that's so huge that you have to rush home and play it on your stereo. And while you're incapable of understanding the gravity of the moment, the volumes pass through your ears and boom and rebound in your skull. And you can feel there's something grand and epic going on, and you can't wait to spend every waking minute trying to comprehend the beauty and complexity. But you're so frustrated because your little heart still has its training wheels on and lacks the capacity to hold or understand the overwhelming significance of that moment. Yes, me, sitting in that desk was that epic moment because I didn't run. It was ironic, on the way home that day, the shoes began to fall apart. Small metal rings on the sides that held in the purportedly fashionable laces came loose and stuck out like jagged little barbs. As I walked down the street, they rubbed up against my ankles, and I hated those shoes and couldn't wait to throw them out the minute that I'd walked through the door. In all of my youthful exuberance, I ran halfway home. When I eventually ran through the door to throw them in the trash, I reached down and noticed that the rings had cut small gashes into my ankles. That night, while I lay in bed, I tried to figure out why that moment felt so poignant. It was my baptism into the I won't be beat spirit. It was my first bite of self-confidence. It was my first step into becoming an individual. It was the moment when a boy becomes a man, and it was my first unaided step into recognizing the beauty that is my inner strength. This was true independence and faith, and was my introduction to the glow of my heart. The next day, I walked into school wearing what I felt most comfortable in, ripped up skater gear. And as if on cue, the bullies laughed. And oh, it still hurt. And while my face burned red, I noticed my eyes didn't water. The day after that, they laughed and my face burned less. And the day after that, my face didn't burn at all. While I may have only been in 7th grade and possessed the confidence of a newborn duck, I realized that if I ever wanted to move that mountain of self-doubt out of my heart, I had to do it one rock at a time. And each day after that, when I walked into class and I didn't cry or feel embarrassed, my confidence grew, and that mountain got smaller. Later that year, the last day before Christmas vacation at the end of 5th period literature, my friend Billy called me over to his desk. "Dude, listen to this," he said, handing me a pair of headphones. "Ah, what's this screamy stuff? This sucks." "Dude,